Willie D Live.
What's up, family? A fan allegedly saw Rick Ross at an airport waiting to board a commercial flight. He decided to take a picture and post it on social media. People got a hold of it and started the memes trying to crack jokes about Rick Ross flying commercial. Rick Ross, the boss, flying commercial. So my question is, what the hell is wrong with flying commercial? That's all I fly is commercial. I don't fly on private jets. I'm not that type of guy. Family, look, private jets are cool. If you got it like that, you got a whole bunch of money to blow like that, that's fine. But I don't need all of that. I'm cool with a commercial flight. What is it? Like anywhere from, I think on average, I might spend about $800 for a flight on average, because typically I know where I'm going. I normally pay for my flights in advance, well in advance. So I typically can get a first class flight for somewhere in the neighborhood of $800. Anywhere between $750 to $1,200. It depends on when I buy it, right? So I guess that's more like an average of maybe $900 or something like that, right? But in any event, what the hell is wrong with flying commercial? See, that's the problem with a lot of us. We too busy trying to look the part as opposed to being the part. We're too busy trying to look rich. Now, I know some people say, well, he brought it upon himself because he says he's the boss and, he lives this life of luxury. Now, okay, that's fair. But also hip hop is that type of genre of music where we talk about the big life. Everything is make big money, drive big cars. And now they talking about commercial flights and all of that stuff. And all of that's cool. But I'm going to tell you something, family. One of the reasons why I don't get too excited about private flights because I don't really trust private planes. I don't trust those small planes. I think that they're less regulated. They're not going through the mechanic test, and they're not being serviced the way I see it. Like they're not under the same scrutiny, and I don't think that the pilots are vetted the same way. You jump in one of those commercial flights, man, you're dealing with the highest level of scrutiny. If the pilot is out of pocket in any kind of way, he probably gonna get exposed. And also, oftentimes on those private planes, you only have one pilot. See, on a commercial flight, if you have two pilots, then you have an opportunity to survive a situation if one of the pilots becomes ill or incapacitated. That's the way I see it, fam. Like, I don't really trust those private flights. I don't trust the private planes and all. I don't trust that. And so even if, let me put it like this. If I'm sitting on a few B's, okay, yeah, probably. But we're talking the best of the absolute best. I got my guy and this is my guy only. And I know it's kind of like when you're touring, right? You got your driver, you know how much rest your driver has had because your driver is with you and your driver is on call for you. You know that driver is at the hotel or that driver is sleeping on the bus. You can pick up the phone and you got the driver at all times. You know how to lay eyes on the driver. You know your driver ain't out there clubbing when he's supposed to be resting. So it's similar for me. If I did fly private, it would be something along those lines. But I just don't understand why people was still making such a big deal out of that. This right now, we're in a tough economy, man, and everybody's trying to scale back. And another reason why I don't understand why people tripping, because Rick Ross mows his own grass. Rick Ross got a big yard. I mean, I think he's sitting on a few acres, right? I know I wouldn't be out there cutting a few acres. I know that for a fact. I would absolutely hire somebody, but that's a good workout. And he was out there cutting his own grass. Yeah. So if he will get out there and cut his own grass, I don't see why anybody would have any type of issue with him flying commercial. I fly commercial all the time. That's all I fly. I just started flying first class maybe like the last 10 years. I just started flying first class because I never even saw a need to fly first class, because I always looked at it like, well, okay, so you mean to tell me I'm going to fly on the same plane and I'm going to get to where I'm going at the same time these people that are flying coach? Why would I fly first class then? Oh, they give you some food. They give you some food and you get a bigger check in most cases, unless you're flying one of those express planes. But everybody knows airplane food is trash, right? It don't matter who you fly with, it's trash, unless you're flying overseas and it's a little decent, right? Like especially like if you hop on like Turkish Airlines or something like that. Alaskan Airlines, a little bit more decent. Virgin, more decent, right? But most of the other stuff is straight trash. So, you get get a few free drinks. The drinks ain't really free, because if you total up the service that you get in first class, from the food to the few drinks you get, maybe that would cost 60, 70, 80 bucks or something, right? But they're charging you so much more money. The reason why I fly first class has nothing to do with the service. It's about the leg room. When they started cutting back on the leg space, the leg room on those flights, I had to upgrade, because I'd get off the plane and, man, I'm like, damn, my knees is snap, crackling, and popping, So I was like, yo, I got to do better than that. So I didn't want to be hoping that I get a good seat with some space and all. You know what? Let me just fly first class. So I started flying first class for that reason, and that reason alone. Half the time you're flying, I know when I fly, I sleep most of the time. So I don't get to even enjoy I was about to say enjoy the food, but I wouldn't enjoy the food because the food is trash. But whatever little extra little perks or whatever, ain't like I get to really enjoy it, because I be asleep. But when I am asleep, I am comfortable. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.